Boy, no one expected this challenge to be so intense. 3 more people have dropped out of the challenge in just a few days. The other players were cheering across the bank every day. Some people specially extract sea salt for this purpose. Give 3 squirrels some fresh food. Celebrate being 1 step closer to a bonus. So all roads lead to Rome. And some of them live in Rome. Guess everyone wants to be on their team. The challenge continued on the 8th day. Alphas had a good time pushing Bayardo back. I didn't realize Zach fell over here and hurt his back. The situation is not very optimistic. I can barely get up if the lower back doesn't get better. I'm afraid we're about to be forced out of the show. Zach's worst fears were realized. I feel like that back twitch is killing me. My teammates were so sick. Even Zach, the big brother in the professional octagon. I feel like I'm hurting my back. Trey thinks he's got half a foot in the door. I'm afraid I'll have to think about another team once Zach's gone. And Brie is waiting for an answer from Team Bravo. If you don't make it to the team, she'll just have to go home and wash up. If Team Bravo had played a little dirty, we could have bought Brie time to get rid of him. Drew didn't want 5 people to split the prize. Emily's the only one who thinks she can migrate alone. I'm sure it'll help the team. Sammy didn't want to increase the numbers either. No matter how good Brie is, he can't split his winnings. Drake nodded silently. The obvious result was to reject Brie's participation. Emily felt tired. If I ever have to make a choice again, I don't have any say in it. All of a sudden, I wanted to be a 5th team with Brie. Drew also consoled Emily and said, if Brie joins the Alpha team, we can visit her every day. The sun was about to go down. Emily's still out there stalling. Stop trying to convince your teammates. Why don't you tell Brie to head to Alpha sooner? Although Brie didn't think it was likely from the start. But it took too long. Might as well have gone straight to Alpha if I'd known this was going to happen. I hate Drew the most. I was talking about how much I like Brie. Said Emily wanted a female teammate too. All of a sudden, the team doesn't need people. Brie felt like she was going to explode. Emily's still trying to talk Drew out of it. Keep dragging this out. Brie won't be able to get this done before dark. The only good news is, Bravo can keep Brie here for the night. Brie's mood lifted instantly. At least you don't have to worry about waking up cold tonight. She thinks people are kind. Boy, that face turns faster than a book. I don't know if I'll make it to the new team tomorrow. And Emily was kind enough to give Brie directions. Brie thinks he can pull it off against the wind. Actually, Alpha team Nabato left. Plus Zach's back injury. There's still a chance Brie could get in. All of a sudden, Alpha team went off a flare. Everyone's wondering which one of them is leaving. Team Alpha, that's a really good place to be. It's only been a few days and someone's leaving again. Team Charlie thinks Brie fired it. Must have been rejected and had to leave. Who else would have left the Alpha team? It can't be Zach the size of a bear. She was right. That Zach is quitting the challenge. His old back is just too much for him. It's literally being carried away by the show crew. The rest of the team felt worse than Zach. It feels like Team Alpha is going down for good. There is absolutely no hope of winning. Zach was very disappointed in himself. Actually, it's okay. At least I can leave a message when I leave. It's a shame to think of Bayardo. Zach also found it hard for the team to hold on. Let's hope they're reunited at the hospital soon. How about going over there and experiencing it yourself? I wonder if the show gets paid for it. Brie felt like he was just waiting to be eliminated. But I don't have a better choice. Suddenly, cheers were heard. It must have been Team Charlie who thought it was Brie leaving. They were all so excited. Delta didn't know about Brie's departure. So I hate the cheers of my neighbors. Everybody's not betting on Alpha. Trey decided it was time for him to go black. Yeah, darker than your own face. I wonder what Trey's gonna do next. Brendan's busy cutting down trees. I have to say, he's really strong. Not worried about the cold at night. Can carry and bow hunt. He's like a dream teammate. Now, they have to cut it down to size, even though it takes a lot of energy. But with everyone's efforts, the days are getting better and better. The problem is there's a little less food here. The best thing is to be able to find big animals. That's the kind of food people want to get their hands on. Tina's mother has severe Alzheimer's disease. If he can win the prize, you'll have more time to take care of. She wanted to be with her mother when she remembered her. Now it's quite expensive to hire a caregiver every day. I have to thank you all for your help to be here for this challenge. And Eric is there to relax and be lazy. And that made them a little bit angry. Why are you lying there while everyone else is working? So Brendan didn't like him very much. Joseph thought Eric was too full of himself. If you can't solve the problem, then get rid of the person who caused the problem. If Brendan wasn't so busy chopping wood, no one can have a warm night. The new fire is fine. Eric is out to destroy it in his own way. He won't allow anyone to act on his own. Always looking so high up. Just let Brendan do the hunting. Joseph wants to be like Team Alpha now. Get Eric off the team. Only in this way can they complete the challenge. As soon as Charlie's team gets the fire going, everything is going according to plan. I'm sure I'll sleep well tonight. They're still basking in the joy of Brie quitting the challenge. Megan thinks she deserves it. I don't have any faith in my own team. Although it looks like Charlie's team is the weakest right now. But I'm sure it'll get better later. Let Brie watch them on the screen and see how they handle the game. Megan has climbed the peaks of all 7 continents. Who knows what a team needs better than she does? Only a positive person can enjoy victory. And Brie is enjoying a meal at Team Bravo. After all this time, she's finally getting some meat. I'd love to stay here forever if I could. Forget your worries for a while and join the team. And Brie was a little careful. And that means sleeping with Drew. Oh my God, that's all you got. I also want to challenge my weakness. The temperature at night was even colder than expected. Plus the wind from the shore. Good thing Zach left a lot of firewood before he left. At least I'll be able to sleep well tonight. Now, 1 blanket for each person, which is kind of cool. The worst part is the team on the other side. Temperatures have dropped into the single digits. Even Brendan feels a little cold, only as close to the fire as possible. The worst thing that could happen is Charlie. The camp was in tatters and leaking air everywhere. You can only generate a little heat by moving up and down. Boy, I thought we were at an old people's disco. Joey was obviously a little embarrassed there. Beating so hard. And what effect did it have? Still shivering with cold. The worst part was that the flame went out again. It's a good thing Brie was fast, or they would have frozen. Julio's whole body aches and pains. All the time there. Wonder how the other teams are doing. Megan feels terrible anyway. I barely made it to dawn. Joey was supposed to get better after the fire. To my surprise, things didn't get better. Charlie's team is good for everything but life. I'd rather go home than stay. I have a lesson to learn from Brie. Can't be dragged down by the team. He's here for the bonus. Julio thought he might get frostbite before he got here. When you do, there's nothing you can do about it. My leg was cramping up there last night. The toes are probably frostbitten. I can't take it off myself. Worried the show would come and carry him away. Now I can only keep encouraging myself. I hope this is working. The most important thing is to improve the shelter. We can't let the fire go out again. Charlie's team is like a candle in the wind. Joey regrets not getting along with Brie. Or I could get out of there myself. Now, the pressure is very high. I don't know what the family is doing now. The mood is getting lower and lower. I really don't want to leave the team if I can help it. So try again, if I have to. Just like Brie trying to join another team. And Brie had a great night. There's not much time left for her to join a new team. I'd rather stay here if I could. There aren't a lot of women in the game. Emily wants everyone to stick together. To show you the power of women. I don't know if Brie's honey trap worked. Drew thought it might be nice to have more people. He's thinking of bringing in more people. The bonus is actually acceptable. And if Brie joins the alpha team, that's giving them a chance. Drew didn't just say that because he wanted to hold Brie. I just want Emily to talk to the others. There's nothing wrong with Drake's brother. It's just Sammy can be a little hard to talk to. Emily thinks that if Drew says yes, then I'm sure Brie can stay. Bravo once again discussed the question of whether Brie would stay or go. Sammy and Drake didn't get a chance last night. They had no idea Drew was so bad. Sammy said Bravo doesn't feed idle people. Is Brie worth them staying? Drew said it wasn't because of last night. The main thing is there's only 2 people next door. Brie would have been accepted in the past. We have to keep an eye out for the alpha team. Think about it. Just one more neighbor. Their resources are ours. That's a little exciting for everyone. After a final discussion, decided to make Brie our new player. So it's really not about the cuddling last night. Brie thought she was too good to be true. Change everyone's mind in one night. How could someone as good-looking as she be rejected? Brie thinks the Delta team is having the best time. I hope my joining can bring improvement to the team. I wonder what the addition of Brie will do to the team. It's going to be a lot worse for Alpha. I couldn't feel my toes last night. Tanya's starting to want out of the challenge. Trey didn't give up. He's going to turn things around in his own way. But we need to finish the shelter first. No one wants to wake up cold in the middle of the night. All we can rely on now is each other. The bright side is getting a split. Definitely going to get more money than any other team. Trey's got a lot of anger to prove. He didn't think Tanya was as weak as he thought she was. Harder and stronger than anyone else. As long as you don't give up, you still have a chance to complete the counterattack. Traps are set up nearby for squirrels. Compared to their own problems, Tanya's more worried about her neighbors. The deal. No one's been here since Zach left. The so-called weak team has no diplomacy, can only rely on themselves. Just hope they don't come over and make trouble. How long do you think Team Alpha will last? While Joey was picking up sticks, Megan called the paramedics to check it out. You quit the treatment and you stay. Megan is not in the best of health. I've had frostbite on my fingers before. After the treatment, the pain started again. She's been to some of the worst places in the world, but none as difficult as this one. After all, we used to leave with a bunch of gear. Now we have to build our own camp. It was hard for Megan. See if you want to continue the challenge after the examination. Suddenly, another crew arrived. Megan says you don't need so many checks. Turns out Julio had a problem preparing the harvest. Scared the staff to call the doctor. And Delta's got a squirrel hunt. It just feels like a real hand. Eric watched them laughing. The mood is very uncomfortable. I have a nice face. Why didn't anyone come and invite him to talk? When Joseph handled the squirrel. And I don't forget to make fun of someone who sleeps without doing anything. It made Eric red and warm. If the camera wasn't there, I would have gone up there and slapped him in the face. And now I have to pretend like nothing happened and say hello. He's gonna get some sea salt. Let people know how good they are. The water near the shore is particularly dirty. Those impurities need to be filtered out. You're the one who donated the wool shirt. Such a good captain, they don't know how to cherish. Eric thinks this class is really hard to handle. Once collected, it can be heated and boiled. After some boiling, you get sea salt. It looks simple, but it's not easy to operate. Eric's just waiting for everyone to brag about their sea salt. Even though everyone had a problem with him, but just contribute to the team. Joseph did not find it intolerable. Things aren't as bad with Julio as they seem. At least you don't have to get transferred from the show. After a doctor's examination and advice, Julio didn't opt out of the challenge. He thought he could hold on a little longer. Lack of nutritional supplement of food, plus not enough water to drink. Julio, if it doesn't get better, the next time it happens, they're going to have to carry it. Things aren't looking good for Team Charlie right now. Julio is ready to quit at any moment. Megan isn't in the best of shape either. Joey felt really unlucky. One by one, his teammates are thinking of leaving. I can get ready to look for other teams to join. Megan doesn't have much of a chance, does she? The pressure is all on Joey. Let's hope he finds a new team to keep going. Joey doesn't know what to say. Okay. Everything is the worst possible arrangement. He says the challenge is that there is really no script. No writer would have written it that way. Drew spotted someone from Charlie's team standing on the shore. There's a good chance we're about to fire a flare. Man, Charlie's team is going in pairs. I had so much fun dancing last night. It's hard to go back now. Joey saw everyone out of here. If the family didn't need the bonus so badly, he wants to follow him out of this hellhole. The other players heard the flare. It was all very exciting, especially Trey. Zach pulled out of the challenge yesterday. It's Team Charlie that screams the loudest. All he has to do now is sit in the camp. I'm sure there are people who want to live here. Brie was glad she'd walked here earlier. Or suffer with them. Even quit the challenge. I was feeling a little guilty. Now that's all gone. Joey's probably the only one she's left with. Brie doesn't think Joey has any advantages. Probably the only team alpha will take him. Joey takes the axe and heads to the other teams. He didn't want to be forced out by this. Do you think Joey's going to make it to the new team? Let's wait and see.